Ladies and gentlemen, let's take you on a very quick rundown through a capacity 34 kart starting lineup in Junior X30. It's Macaulay Bishop and Taylor Orridge on row 1, Cian Geraghty and Freddie Lloyd row 2, Lewis Bird, Fred Green on row 3, Harry Bartle and Thomas Min-Spearing, Kenzo Craigie and Harrison Mackie round out your top 10, Monday Junior Canini and Lewis Islin on row number 6, row 7 Riley Cranham and Oliver Stilp, row 8 Morgan Moore, Cathal Clark, row 9 Eden Spanswick and Ewan Charman. Rounding at the top 20, Zach Green and Rocco Shenton. Then it's James Shotton and Jensen Graham and Aston Sharp and Tristan Powell round at your top 2 dozen. George Quartermain, Isaac Phelps, Sam Branston, Alexander Savinkoff, Flynn McDermott and Ollie Rand your top 30. The last 2 rows, Hardy Mamassi, Henry Carter, Sam Woolley, and starting shotgun on the field, Joey Brown.
Perfect timing, mate. Perfect timing as we round the last corner. Can we get it underway? First time of asking for our Junior X30 final. Yes, we can. And Macaulay Bishop takes the lead, but look how squirmy they already are. False start. False start. Apologies. Got a bit too excited there.
It gives us a chance to. So Louis Bevan, good to see Louis Bevan, a former TKM driver extraordinaire. Well, he still is, but not in this parish any longer. Grit Entertainment. Yes, Alice. We do know that KZ2 final at Kim Bolton was good, possibly because of the results on who won that race. And Tony Kart racer, Lewis Islin, Max Cuthbert say, come on, Lewis Islin. Lewis driving for the Jade Racing team. And Tony Kart racer, that's how, yes. Anthony Jordan has a tattoo of the Mugello circuit and Valentino Rossi's number on his arm. Why? Because he likes Valentino Rossi and bikes, but also because he's a tool. Carry on.
Here we go then. Second time of asking. Are we getting it underway? It looks. I haven't seen a false start. Are we false starting again? Yes, we are false starting once again. So we'll continue round. They'll get another 1,100 meters to try and get those tyres as warm as possible.
Yeah, now everyone will be on stick tyres here.
Oh yeah, they are. 100%.
100% on stick tyres.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit of gamesmanship from the front row starters to get an opportunity for those tyres to get back to get the temperature a little bit more.
Some drivers on sort of the third and fourth row weren't too happy with that. Hands in the air. What's going on while we're getting this started? Yes.
Ewan Charman getting some support from Riza Siaruthon. The Rob Dodd School of Karting. Anthony Jordan apparently has some information for us down in the pits. Anthony, what have you got?
I've got the live chat in my phone as well. I heard your comment as well. I'm pretty sure you've got a tattoo of a sheep on your left cheek, but we'll say less about that. Here comes the race.
Fair play, Anthony Jordan. We're off and racing in Junior X30. And I was going to say, Riza Siaruthon from the Rob Dodd School of Karting. Hello to the BKC Racing Crew nibbers. And up to Spoon Curve we go. How does Anthony Jordan know which cheek it's on? I'm very scared about. Down the hill.
Oh, big crash. 44's off.
Oh, that's Kenzo Craig of the Gently Motorsport. I mean, he held it. Somehow he held it. He got spat wide. There goes the number. That's one of the Croc carts as well.
It was the 73 of Harry Bartle, I think.
It was the 73. Oh,
I think it ended with a 3. Or it might be the 43,
it might be the 43. And there's one of the JB Green carts off the road. Now, let's have a look. Taylor Orridge comes round to complete lap number 1 in the midst of all that hilarity. In the lead from Macaulay Bishop. Fast Freddie Lloyd up into P3. Then Cian Geraghty, Lewis Bird, Harrison Mackie. Down the bottom, it was Zach Green, Kenzo Craigie, Bishop back in front.
Absolutely no fear from Bishop. There's big incident. No, they've kept her going. Oh my goodness, a 17 riding up on the back of another car there. Freddie Lloyd nearly taking flight there, but continues on nonetheless. Reattaches to the black stuff and continues. But that was a close one for Freddie Lloyd. Luckily, he continues on once again. Think he's dropped down to about 6th or 7th position because of that, though.
Yes, he has. And but Macaulay Bishop, this is what they all feared. They all feared giving Macaulay Bishop a bit of clean air and some clean track. And the driver who has got Fusion Motorsport had a win earlier on. That brought them within 1 overall win of Dan Holland Racing. 44 wins now for Fusion. Dan Holland, they got 45. Could we see 46 for Macaulay Bishop? That would be win number 9. That would put him in a 2-way. Oh my word, that is so. And that's the number 76 of Thomas Min-Spearing out of 6th position. And you can just see how slippery the grass is. You've got to tiptoe round the black bits here at glan-y-gors. You want to stay off the green stuff.
Yeah, it's at that point now where you get on the grass and you end up speeding up rather than slowing down.
Perfect
illustration. As soon as you hit the brakes, you just fly off, and then you end up about 200 metres from the circuit, and you've got a long push to get it back on.
And very unfortunately, it's been the two Argenti Motorsport karts that have given us the best view of that situation. There is number 76 of Lynn Spearing being pushed away. Here is the battle between one of the MTL Motorsport karts, Cian Geraghty in kart number 9, and the 51 Jamie Green Racing kart of Fred Green. This is the battle for 6th and 7th coming down the hill towards the carousel.
Indeed, yep, nose to tail they are. Good little battle going on, but as we say, just how treacherous it still is. Oh no, problem, that's from near the front. Who's that? It's the 66 of Taylor Orridge. Had a brilliant start up into the lead, but it all goes wrong and the kart goes no further.
In the Senior X30 final, we saw the two crop promotion karts suddenly develop mechanical problems.
Yes, we did.
We have just seen one in Junior X30 have the same. That is absolutely catastrophic misfortune for the crop promotion team, but they've still got one bullet left in the gun, and that is Lewis Bird running. There he is on your screens in P3. Lewis Bird is the only crop promotions kart running at the front that hasn't had a problem yet. Now, he is a bird. He must be a bit of a nervous bird, probably about a nervous as a pheasant in hunting season at the moment. There's Freddie Lloyd right behind him with Fred Green, Cian Geraghty, Monde Junior Canini up into 7th position. This is the best performance we've seen from Monde in kart number 31. There he is on your screens going down the Dragon Straight now. Behind him, Cathal Clark, his Fusion teammate in 8th. Then it's Lewis Isley in 9th. Privateer driver Rocco Shenton. He's picking him up and knocking him down. Starting 20th, up into 10th place, ahead of Harry Bartle, Ewan Charman, Morgan Moore, Eden Spanswick, Aston Sharp, Isaac Phelps, Jensen Graham, James Shotton, Riley Cranham, and Ukraine's Alexander Savinkov round out your top 20.
Yeah, we couldn't shout enough about how fantastic Rocco Shenton was in Honda Cadets, and now clearly showing that once again in Junior X30. But he's not the only driver to have gained 10 positions so far in this race. Himself has obviously gained 10 positions. So has Isaac Phelps. So has Henry Carter. No, a couple of drivers off, and that's quite the big incident. 63 is off.
That's the 63. That is, it's another mad crop car. It's Henry Carter and Oliver Stilp for the Optima Performance team. Both drivers sat in their car. And again, that looked like it was one of those things. They went off and they sped up on the grass into the tyres. You could see the marshals. The number 63 of Henry Carter still sat in his kart. He's moving around, talking to the marshal. The other driver, Oliver Stilp, up and out of his car and absolutely okay. We know that a lot of family members watch us from home. Again, he's in the car, he's moving around and talking with the marshal, and the marshalling team here at glan-y-gors were on the scene very, very quickly. Full course yellow, quite right too, because full course yellow. Macaulay Bishop's 2-second lead has been evaporated, and I have to say, let's have a quick recap, because one driver we haven't mentioned is Harrison Mackie. Harrison Mackie has popped up into 2nd place.
Where's he come from?
Taylor Orridge. So Mackie runs in P2 for Fusion, so it's Dan Holland and Fusion. Well, if Fusion win this race, John Ratcliffe, they move back into a tie with Dan Holland atop the all-time win list with 45 wins apiece. Just saying.
Good to see out of the kart as well now, Henry Carter just walking away. So just being guided by our fantastic team here at MS UK to the edge of the circuit. Hopefully all okay with Henry.
Yes, you can see the quarter flags, the Battenberg flags as we call them. Now they will probably, if they get the karts moved out of the way, because that is the next concern, because the grass is so slippery, they have to make sure those karts are moved out of the way, because if another driver has a moment at the top of the hill at a compression corner, then they will just spear off into those wagons that have been parked there. So they're going to have to move those out of the way. 7 minutes to go. Now, Bishop is slowing down. He doesn't want to slow. Yeah, he's now got the lead, the pack.
There's no point in speeding as a leader. You could get a penalty, and they're going to close down the gap anyway under a full course yellow. So just follow the regulations, keep your nose clean, make sure you don't get a penalty, and then do what you can do on the race start.
So 30 drivers left in the race. Kenzo Craigie is 30th, and you can just see him at the top of your screen there in the Argenti Motorsport kart. Let's see what Kenzo could do. It looks like we're about to go green once again. Yes, we are. And Bishop gets a great jump.
As you would expect, I think Bishop knows what he's doing there from a restart and already gains, what's that, 3 or 4 kart lengths there out in the lead. So as you say, he would have been so frustrated that he's lost that gap he's tried so hard to build over the first few minutes of this race, but he's already starting to build it once again. Now it's an on-track battle between DHR and Fusion over that tally of wins. But there's a move and a bit of elbows out. The 24's off on the grass. He manages to get it back on circuit, but where? Down in 7th place now for Lewis Bird, and he's still under pressure from behind.
Say Lewis Bird got his feathers plucked there coming out of the carousel.
The hunters found him, yeah.
In the still in the race. You know, for all the misfortune that Croc team have had, and they got a damaged kart now with Henry Carter. You just want one driver to have a good result to give that team just a lift at the end of the weekend. It's because again, the awning is soaking wet, the mechanics are soaking wet. So you just want one driver to come away with a good result. Harry Barkle there trying to make it 2 drivers just to salvage something from what has been a somewhat disappointing weekend so far for them. Out of the carousel, there's Ewan Charman, the Charmander in kart number 42, going up the hill, chasing Lewis Islin. Morgan Moore in 12th position for the premium karting team. Then it's Aston Sharp, the Scottish driver for Mick Barrett Racing in 13th. The Anglo-Moldovan driver, Eden Spanswick, is in 14th, followed by Isaac Phelps. But Bishop is pulling away. Mackie and Lloyd. Harrison Mackie with his older brother Lewis doing his mechanicking, and fast Freddie Lloyd second and third. But they got Kian Garrity for the MDL Racing team, last year's number 9 seed, chased them down. Anthony has got some news for us down in the pits. Anthony, take it away.
Yeah, Henry, 3 minutes to go in this race, not much time, but I've got to say it's starting to sprinkle with rain here in the pit lane. There is a dark cloud looming over the circuit. It might cause some issues coming into the later stages of this race, but Bishop still leads it. He's got nice, comfortable gap as they come past me on the start-finish line now.
Okay, there you go. You hear it from the horse's mouth. Surprise, surprise, it's spotted with rain. Now, one thing, thank you very much for that information, Anthony, but of course, who's the guinea pig? It's Macaulay Bishop.
It is.
Because Mackie, Lloyd and Garrity, they have got a couple of seconds to react. If they see Bishop running wide, they know to brake a little bit earlier. Bishop is going into every corner blind now. If it's starting to rain again, Bishop is the one that is... I'm not using the word crash in an exit, but he's the crash test dummy.
Yeah, slightly, yeah. He's got to be the one to dive in and just test those conditions, whereas the drivers behind can watch what he does and say, oh, there's a bit of grip there. Oh, there's no grip there, as there's the 27
Ollie
coming
Rans.
back on track. Yeah, Ollie Rans having a bit of an issue there on that last lap. But here, 2nd to 5th place, still line of Cern. And look at that point ahead from Freddie Lloyd saying, come on, you've got to work with me to catch Macaulay Bishop here. But only 2 minutes left on the clock. They've not got long to catch him, and he's already extended his gap to 1.5 seconds. There's the move for 3rd place, though, down the inside. Kian Garrity retaking 3rd place away from Harrison Mackie, and Fred Green's right there as well.
Okay, Macaulay Bishop, are you ready for Fast Freddy? Because Freddie Lloyd up into P2, this is the highest he has run in the British Championship. He's racing out in Europe and he's doing very well out there. Now he's got to get his head down and he's got to chase down Macaulay Bishop. There is the move from Fred Green. Great move from Fred Green, passing Harrison Mackie. Harrison Mackie's dropped from 2nd back to 5th position. The lap times, however, well, Bishop's best lap was a 43.08. Last time around, he did a 43.09. I've got to say, Kian Garrity now looking racy behind Freddie Lloyd. Freddie Lloyd still trying to signal to Kian Garrity, saying, no, come on, work with me. Fred, with 1 minute to go, I'm not sure Kieran's going to listen.
No, I'm not sure. There's all every man for themselves now, I think, and every lady for themselves as we head through these last minute of racing here in the Junior X30 final. I also do just want to give a quick shout out to Alexander Savinkov, of course, was in our reportage earlier, currently running in 18th place in the finals. We've got another go around. That's Kenzo Craigie, big off.
And he's not happy about that. He was making his way back up through the pack. He was 30th at the restart. He was already up into 22nd position, and it's all gone wrong. And Kian Garrity makes the move into 2nd position. Well, MDL Motorsport, it started off, well, it was Litchfield Racing, that was Dave Litchfield. It was MLR Racing, which is Mark Litchfield Racing, and now father and son have combined, and Freddie Lloyd has a little chew on his rear bumper, though, coming through the compression corner, and now they've got a podium with MDL, so the father's on a podium, son's on a podium, and now father and son on course for a podium.
Oh, has he got it? He's got over the line. We've got 2 more laps. We've got 2 more laps. That was within a second, I would say, of whether we were going to have the final lap board or not. But nope, 2 more laps of this one then. And I don't think Kian Geraghty is too happy about that. He would have loved it to be the final lap. 1,100 metres longer to defend that second place. Now he's got 2,200 metres instead.
Exactly, but yeah, Kian Geraghty, and he's got, look at Fred Green. Fred Green for the Jamie Green racing team tried to get onto the podium here in Junior X30. Harrison Mackie is 5th. Monday Junior Canini is 6th. Cathal Clark is 7th. Lewis Bird is 8th. Bartle 9th. Charman 10th. Then it's Sharp, Spanswick, Islin, Phelps, Graham, Moore, Shotton, Savinkov, Shenton, Mimasi, Cranham, Zach Green the rest. And here comes Fred Green.
Yeah, Fred Green, great move there to take 3rd place as we do head on to the final lap. Now Macaulay Bishop, fair play, had that gap that he'd made reduced to nothing, and he's immediately built it back out to 2.5 seconds. Incredible from Macaulay Bishop, but we're still looking at this battle for second, then still run by Kian Geraghty. Just behind is Fred Green, and now the battle that was sort of split. We had 3 karts and then 4 karts. They've now become 1.
I was going to say, we can only have 1 fast Freddy, but what Green did, he said, right, said Fred, I'm going to go for it and get onto the podium. That was an early 90s pop music reference, by the way. But Macaulay Bishop is about to take win number 9 and win 46 for Dan Holland Racing. He takes the victory. Geraghty second. Whoa. And it's Fred Green on the podium. Harrison Mackie steals 4th place from Freddie Lloyd on the last corner. Monday Junior Canini comes home in 6th. Everybody else comes second. The Croc Promotions team 7th and 8th for Bird and Bartle.
Rocco Shenton's gone off on the last lap as well. I've just seen him dropping down the order, sadly. And there is the 86. He's coming to the pits.
Rear bumper off, so probably a mechanical flag there. I've got to say, we've got a couple of karts to retrieve from the circuit there. But Macaulay Bishop, what a performance. And again, as a driver, John, I mean, you've raced, I've raced, you know, you're leading, you get a full course caution, you've got to reset yourself, and Macaulay did it perfectly. Yeah,
exactly. You can have that initial anger of, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening, but right, it is happening. Let's reset, focus on this restart, and get it done. That's exactly what Macaulay Bishop did. Fantastic to see.
And there's a look at the order down the grid there for down to 40. James Shotton. So we talked about the 4 drivers that are making their seasonal debut this weekend in the championship. They weren't at round number 1. 3 of them didn't even make it out of the repechage. James Shotton was the 4th, and he comes home in the top 40. Wow. Well done, James Shotton. Further down the order, there are various tales of what could have been and what should have been, but what wasn't. Islin, Graham, Moore, and the rest. And here are the drivers, sadly, that failed to make it to the end. Hopefully, well, we saw Orange had a mechanical, Min Spearing, he was fine. Carter and still, we hope they are okay. Kenzo Craigie walking away from his accident as well. Oh, now we have a brief break because we've got 1 more chance to speak to the drivers and just 1 race to go. Now, I would kind of say maybe with the sun shining, it is now dry. The spots of rain that we had halfway through that race, John, have dissipated once again.
I feel dry is quite the relative term now.
Dry is a relative term. And it's KZ2.
Indeed.
And KZ2, the pre-final, John, took place, there's a few spots of rain, so we've got a very mixed grid. So excitement guaranteed. And Anthony Jordan, though, is going to speak to our Junior X30 race winner, Macaulay Bishop.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, down here in Park Fenway and with our race winner, Macaulay Bishop. Solid drive for you out there. It started to spit of rain a little bit. Did you have any worries that it might have you might have a downpour?
No, I think it was all right. Like, I saw it on my visor, so I just take it cautiously last 3 laps. So as long as I made it across the start-finish line, I think I was all right.
Yeah, solid way all the way throughout this weekend. You know, pretty decent result. And again, it's looking good this season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the track, I think I was quite lucky with the track. You know, the conditions really suited me, so I was able to pull away. And then obviously with the Battenberg come out, I managed to get another good restart, and then I managed to drive away again.
Yeah, very lucky with that one. You did manage to get the good getaway. Solid result, though. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Sean, all the DHR, my brother, my dad.
Solid result, mate. Well done. Macaulay Bishop taking P1 out there. Let's chat to second place, Kian Geraghty, who's just very handily come over for me. Thank you very much, Kian. Mate, well, what a weekend that's been for you, but nice result, P2.
Yeah, it's a good result. I didn't think we were going to get on the podium after the first couple of laps because I think we dropped down to about 6th or 7th, but we brought it back well at the end. So yeah, quite happy with that.
Yeah, solid little result. But let's talk about the weather conditions that we had. First day, pretty hot. Second day, muggy and wet.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of pace in the dry, and we haven't been here in the damp before, so that was my first time really going around when the track wasn't fully dry around here, so I didn't really know what to expect, but came away with a decent result still, so good points for the championship, and yeah.
Yeah, nice battle all the way to the end. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Mark Litchfield, the whole of MDL, and my dad.
Solid result, mate. Well done, Cian Geraghty. Finishing P2, well done. I want to see if I can chat to Fred Green, who is disappeared. Where's he gone? He's over here? Fred, where is he? On the corner? Down here. Fred? Fred, come on, we need to have a chat with you. Come on, we got to go back to the branding, mate. Come on, it's all about that. Come on, get over here. Right, Fred, what a race that was. Talk us, how was that for you?
It's all right. I had to start a bit further back than I wanted because of a penalty in one of the heats. And then at the start on the outside never worked, so we dropped down a bit, then slowly made our way back through to third in the end.
So nice little run all the way throughout the weekend. But like you say, was there any worry about rain in that race? I know you probably started to see some spots of rain on your visor.
I would have liked it if it was a bit more wet and we're actually like on wets. Like one or the other really, we would have been more happy with. But yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. Solid result though. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Jamie Green Racing, Croc, Aventus and my dad.
Awesome, mate. Crack on. I'll let you enjoy. We'll see you on the podium a little bit later on. Only, I think, one more final to go. I think, if I'm right in saying, it's KZ2. It's coming up next.
Our next podium presentation is for Junior X30, the biggest field of the weekend, 40 drivers, a very dramatic final. All the drivers involved in the incidences that we saw are absolutely fine. A stop-start affair and finishing in third position for a team that's making a lot of noise in 2023 and heading only one direction, and that direction is up. It's Fred Green, the Jamie Green Racing Team. So, I think that Wera Tools Championship followers are going to see more and more of those colours on the podium. Fred Green takes P3. Now, in the last 5 years, the MDL Motorsport name has undergone several changes. Started as Litchfield Motorsport, then Mark Litchfield Racing, and now Dad and Son have combined. In all three guises, the team have been on the British Championship podium, and this next driver came within 2.2 seconds of claiming a race win. It's Cian Geraghty. Oh. Congratulations to Cian. And he gets his official photos. Now, we said in the previous presentation that Chris Whitton had moved into sole possession of second on the all-time British Championship Modern Era win list with 9 final wins. He now has company because Macaulay Bishop, our race winner in Junior X30, has taken his 9th win for Dan Holland Racing. So please welcome your Junior X30 winner, Macaulay Bishop, and his mechanic, Mason. Earlier in the day, Fusion Motorsport moved within one final victory of Dan Holland Racing. Macaulay's win keeps DHR 2 wins clear on the all-time list. It's now 44 final wins for Fusion, 46 for DHR. Macaulay Bishop has won in 4 separate classes. That is a modern era record. Congratulations, Macaulay Bishop, and the rest of the Junior X30 podium. Feel free to applaud, it's absolutely fine. There we go. Congratulations, Junior X30.
I'd kickstart it.
Yeah.